That's normally the part where I'm walking up here, so we're gonna, yeah. Hey guys, put your hands together for all the acts you've seen tonight, huh? Right on. Thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm gonna give you some jokes here tonight. First one I'd like to start off with is my ex-wife is a whore. That's the title of that joke. Yeah. She's a whore. My ex-wife cheated on me in an orgy. Yeah. Suddenly it made a lot more sense why she had things like team building skills and multitasking on her resume. It's like, fucking whore. She tried to justify it to me, the whole thing. She's like, honey, I only did things with girls at the orgy. I'm like, oh, that's better. Okay. Were there guys there? She's like, yeah, there were guys there. Okay. I'm sorry, dear, but I'm going to go on a limb here and say that if there are two or more men in the room who happen to be referring to themselves as the Super Smash Brothers. Thank you. I appreciate that. Cheating whore. She tried to make it up to me. She did. Tried to get real kinky, let me do stuff to her. Like one time she comes up and she's like, you can put it wherever you want. I'm like, oh shit. So I put it in that dirty hole guys all want to, the one she hates. Her sister. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. I like to go over some statistics. Like I'm back on the dating scene now, and I hear that women will know if they're going to sleep with a man within 5 seconds of meeting him. Which means I am great at talking women out of fucking me, if that's true. It's because I say stupid shit. I do. This girl sent me a message on Facebook the other day, and she's like, Mike, I'm as cute as a button. She's trying to find like a compliment or something from me. But instead of being a nice guy, what do I come back with? Bullshit. Buttons have 4 holes. Homeboy up here sews. That's awesome. There we go. Yeah. I had this other girl tell me she was mad because all of her guy friends always put her in the friend zone. She can't get any action. I'm like, honey, you're going about this wrong because I don't know if you know, but guys, occasionally we fuck our friends. That does happen. And it makes guys' night out a real pain in the ass. Hey, there we go. Pause for effect. Dick joke. All right. Anyone a fan of Facebook out here? Woo, terrible people in the back. Facebook is an abomination. Oh, I do love Facebook because I like fucking with people on it. What I do is I find a friend who has a status update or something, right? And I'll go on and I'll post a comment if no one else has anything on there yet, and I'll say something really fucked up. I'll be like, oh, this is why the Holocaust wasn't real. But then someone will come in after me, and rightfully so, be like, fuck you, you Jew hater. But then I'll delete my comment. And that ends a friendship. That's how you go about that. It's fun. I was getting high the other day because I'm an adult and responsible for what does and does not belong in my own body. But then I made a mistake. I got behind the wheel of a car. And now I don't think driving under the effects of marijuana is a bad idea unless you happen to pass by 5 fast food restaurants on your way home. That was an expensive day for me. I pull into the drive-thru at KFC and the woman behind the drive-thru counter thing automatically knows because it's the 3rd time I've been there. But I'm driving around it. That's a new joke. All right. Yeah. I rolled down my window. I was like, I'll have a KFC famous bowl. She instantly knew. She's like, would you like to combo size that? It's only $2.35 more. I'm like, fuck, that's the best idea you have ever had. I would love to fucking combo size it. That's great. She's like, we also have sides. They're like only $1.99 more. I'm like, add that shit on. Let's make that a reality. She's like, we have cookies. I'm like, yep. $700 later, she's a shift manager now. That's... Yeah. I'm trying to think of what jokes I want to go to. Adrian, give me a joke. Throw it. All right. Women, how many of you like a guy with an accent? Love it. That's right. They say something like 80% of women like a guy with a British or Australian accent. It's preferred. I can agree with this because I like girls with accents. It's true. But forget the British or Australian thing. That's passé. The next girl I date Most exotic accent I can find. A deaf girl. Because two things, guys. First of all, you get a little rub and tug from a girl who can only speak using her hands. That counts as a blowjob. And secondly, if you give someone who's deaf an orgasm, it does not count as nookie. Counts as Wookie. Oh, poor made-up deaf girl couldn't hear the joke. Oh. After that joke, there's about 6 minutes of Star Wars puns, but we're just going to avoid that because I'd like to get my dick wet again. Yeah. Yep. You're going to be telling that on the way home. She's going to be like, why are you still laughing at that man? Why you selfieing? Yeah, you're doing selfies. All right. There we go. Snapchat that shit. All right. The technology. She should live her life in the now. All right. Oh, I don't understand religion either. I really don't. Like they said, if a Muslim dies in an act that pleases God, they go to heaven and they get to spend eternity with 72 virgins. When did heaven become a place like Career Point? When did that happen? I mean, training one virgin's bad enough. Now you got to train 72 of that shit? No, thank you. Old joke, trying to bring it back, not working. All right, moving on. Apparently a lot of religious tolerance in the room tonight. On that note, I used to have a roommate who looked a lot like Jesus. That's true. Walked in the living room one day, caught him getting a blows from a chick, right? Had the light coming in behind him, though, so it was all kind of divine, you know, in its way. He made eye contact with me and spread his arms wide like he was at the Last Supper. He just looked me in the eye, said, "Behold, the second coming." And then he baptized her. That was the worst. Get it? With semen. That's funny. All right. I feel like I need a big hit with you guys. I'm kind of losing you back over here. There's a girl over there dressed like she belongs to be painted on the side of a B-52. And, yeah. You can't see her. That one's for me. It's okay. It's a good thing. What am I at? How am I doing? Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. I'm a cancer survivor. Give it up for that. How about that? Thank you. It's a true story. I had testicular cancer. Yeah. It sucked, man. I got a lot of good and bad things out of it, though. I'll tell you one of the good things. Out here in Vegas, gets really hot, guys. What's the number one thing that happens to you? Balls stick to your leg, right? Thank God I only have that problem half the time now. Yeah. Had a couple bad things, though. Like I could never play Super Mario Brothers after it because I know I'll never survive stage 4. Yeah. Had this reoccurring nightmare, too. Like, right after my surgery, this happened to me every night. And this is a true thing. I would wake up in my dream, and I'd be laid out on this raft, right? And I'd wake up this little shanty raft. There's no sail. There's nothing. And I'm just floating in this vast, vast fucking ocean. Like this vast, wide open thing. There's nothing around me for miles. But I go and I look over here, and floating away from the raft is my ball. And I just scammer to the edge of the raft, and I just start screaming, "Wilson! Wilson, I'm sorry! Wilson!" My pubes are coming out of the top of the volleyball like it's its hair. It's singing a top 40 song. You didn't have to cut me off. Yeah. Waka waka, I'm Vegas Mike, thanks.